real quick before we do the secret song of Wulfharth, Ash King, just wanted to show off this freaking awesome illustration right here of the Battle of Red Mountain. It's freaking dope. Anyway, okay. The secret song of Wulfharth, Ash King, the truth at Red Mountain. The heart of Shor was in Resdain, as Dagorth had promised. As Shor's army approached the westernmost bank of the inner sea, they stared across at Red Mountain, where the Dwemer armies had gathered. News from the scouts reported that the Chimeri forces had just left the Narcissus, and they believed that they were taking their time joining their cousins against the Nords. Dagorth said that the tribunal had betrayed their king's trust, and they had sent Dagorth to Lorkhan, for that is what they called Shor and Resdain, so that God might wreak vengeance on the dwarves for their hubris. That Nerevar's peace with Dwemer would be the ruin of Aelof's way. This was the reason for the slow muster, Dagorth said. The armies grow, and Lorkhan, for that is what they call Shor and Resdain, I love how they repeated that, anyway, said, I do not wreak vengeance on the dwarves for the reasons of the tribunal that they might believe that I do. Nevertheless, it is true that they will die by my hand, and whoever that should side with them. This Nerevar is the son of Boethia, one of the strongest Pediamites. He is a hero to his people, despite his tribunal, and he shall muster enough that this battle will be harder going still. We will need more than what we have. And so Dagorth, who wanted the dwarves as dead as the tribunal did, went to Kogorin and summoned his house, Chapthiel, and Nyx's hounds, his wizards, archers, his stolen men of brass, and the Ash King. Wulfharth, hoary Ysmir, went and made peace with the orcs in spite of his Nordic blood, and they brought many warriors but no wizards at all. Many Nords could not bring themselves to ally with their traditional enemies, even in the face of Red Mountain. They were close to desertion. Then Wulfharth said, Don't you see where you really are? Don't you know who Shor really is? Don't you know what this war is? And they looked for the king, to the god, to the devils and orcs, and some knew, who really knew, and they were the ones that stayed. The Doom Drum. Nerevar carried Keening, a dagger made of the sound of shadow of the moons. His champions were Dumak Dwarf King, who carried a hammer of divine mass, and Alandro Sul, who was the immortal son of Azura, and wore his wraith mail. They met Lorkhan at the last battle of the Red Mountain. Lorkhan had his heart again, but he had long been from it, and he needed time. Wulfharth met Sul, but could not strike him, and he fell from grievous wounds. But not before shouting Sul blind. Dagorth met Dumak and slain him, but not before Sunder struck his lord's heart. Nerevar turned away from Lorkhan and struck down Dagorth in rage, but he took a mortal wound from Lorkhan in turn. But Nerevar feigned the death that was coming early, and so struck Lorkhan with surprise on his side. The heart had been made solid by Sunder's turning blow, and Keening could now cut it out. And it was cut out, and Lorkhan was defeated, and the whole ordeal was thought over. So I want to show that visual one more time. It's freaking awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, cool.